Scene 3. The lights come up on Eli and Black Mary in the kitchen.
I still don't know how he got in the house. I ain't known Aunt Esther to answer the door in 25 years.
Well, he ain't said too much. I fixed that bed up, but he ain't said too much.
I believe he come in through that window up there. Knock some of that paint off the window. I just don't know why she wanted him to stay here. I put him out there to work on that wall. He out there now busting up them rocks. You got to keep your eyes on him.
There's a knock on the door. Eli goes to answer it. Solly enters.
Hey, Solly, come on in.
They had a riot over at the mill. People say they wasn't going to work, and the police tried to make them. They threw bottles at the police and started busting out the windows. The police charged the crowd, arresting everybody they could get their hands on. They couldn't arrest them fast enough. The horses trampled people, ran over this one fella. He liable to be crippled for life. They're having another meeting down at the church tonight. They say they ain't going to work tomorrow either. Well, Reverend Tolliver told them, said, don't go. Told them that the hands of justice was at the gate, but the people still had to open it.
Solly hands Black Mary the newspaper.
Here, Black Mary, read this.
It says, Gary Brown of Louisville, Kentucky, departed this life September 30th, 1904 at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at midday, in the midst of a life of usefulness and in the fullness of his powers. He was born of slave parents, June the 29th, 1862, in Charleston, South Carolina. And an early period in his life, interested parties hurried the mother and 3 children northward, without the protection of a husband and a father, to begin a long siege of poverty. Mr. Brown leaves to mourn his unfinished life, a wife and 4 children, and a host of family and friends.
You know, I got somebody to help me with that wall. He out there now busting up them rocks. Aunt Esther had said he's supposed to stay here till he helped build that wall.
Well, Black Mary, I need you to help me write a letter.
What did Jefferson Culpepper say?
Jefferson Culpepper got the consumption. His doctor say he can't go. It don't look like he got much time left.
You know I'd go with you if I didn't have to stay here with Aunt Esther. Yeah, it'd be just like old times.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go by myself.
So what you want the letter to say?
Let's see. Dear Liza, it's hard times here for everybody too. Hold on the best you can till I get there. You got that?
You want to tell him when you're coming?
I promise the fall will not pass before you see me. Pretend to go along with everything as it is. Tell her, the best faith is in yourself, even though God do have a hand in it. That's all.
How you want to sign it?
Your brother, Two Kings.
Aunt Esther enters and goes and sits in her special chair.
I thought that was you out here. Where's Mr. Citizen?
He out back. I got him working on that wall.
See if he wants something to eat. Black Mary, you got something for Mr. Citizen to eat? When you leaving, Solly?
Well, I went down to see Patera and got me some new boots. Jefferson Culpepper can't go. He got the consumptions. Soon as I break these boots in, I gotta go.
Eli and Citizen enter, and Citizen and Black Mary stare at each other.
Good morning, Mr. Citizen. Did you sleep all right?
Yeah, I slept good.
I want you to meet somebody. That there is Sally. That's Citizen Barlow. Mr. Citizen remind me of my June bug.
My name is Two Kings. Used to be Uncle Alfred. The government looking for me for running away. So I changed it.
My mama named me Citizen. After freedom came. She wouldn't like it if I changed my name.
Well, you know what? Your mama trying to tell you something. She put a heavy load on you, son. It's hard to be a citizen. You're gonna have to fight to get that. In time you get it, you'd be surprised how heavy it is. I used to be called Uncle Alfred back in slavery. I ran into one fella, called me Uncle Alfred, and I told him, say, Uncle Alfred's dead. He said, I'm looking at you. I told him, you looking at two kings. That's David and Solomon. He must have had something in his ears, because all he heard was Solomon. He said, I'm going to call you Solly. The people been calling me Solly ever since. But my name is Two Kings. Some people call me Solomon, and some people call me David. I answer to either one. I don't know which one God's gonna call me, but I know if he call me Uncle Alfred, we gonna have a big fight.
You got that stick. You know, my daddy used to carry a stick like that. My daddy carried a stick everywhere he went. You saw my daddy? You saw that stick.
Lots of people carry a stick. Ain't you ever heard that sticks and stones can break your bones, but names can never hurt you? This here's a bone breaker. I tried carrying stones, but they was just too heavy. I seen 100 men carrying sticks. My daddy carried a stick. He had a right to fight to carry his stick. I don't know if them 100 men had to fight, but they was carrying them sticks just the same. Why don't you carry a stick?
I got my knife.
Well, I got a knife too, sir. Knives is for killing, though. I thank God I ain't never had to kill nobody. I come close a couple of times. Well, this old gal took a liking to me, and a man came after me one time. That's as close as I ever come to killing somebody. I busted him up pretty bad with my stick. And she asked me, said, stop! Because he was paying her rent. She needed that. Get you a stick, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. Where you from?
Alabama. You know, down around Opelika.
I'm from Alabama too. They got some good people down there. I've been to Opelika. I've been all over. I've been clear down to the Gulf of Mexico, all through Louisiana and up to Canada. I first set foot in Canada in 1857. Yeah, I'm going down to Alabama to get my sister. You ought to come and go with me. I need a strong man like you. Get you one of them bone breakers and let's go down there and help the people get away.
I just left. You know, if I go back with you, I'll just have to turn around and come back. I'm up here looking for a job. Ain't no jobs down there.
People think they're in freedom. That's all Daddy talked about. He died and never did have it. I said, I got it, but what is it? I'm still trying to find out. That freedom ain't never been nothing but trouble.
Freedom is what you make it.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta fight to make it mean something. All I mean is, you got a long road of hope and ain't got no plow. Ain't got no seed, ain't got no mule. What good is freedom if you can't do nothing with it? I seen many a man die for freedom, but he didn't know what he was getting. If he had known, he might have thought twice about it.
Do you want a bowl of beans, Solly?
What kind of beans is it? I had a couple of old gals try to poison me. But one gal, doctor told me I was lucky. Said if I'd have eaten another bite, I'd have died. Good thing she couldn't cook. I was just eating to be polite.
They're baby lima beans cooked with some ham hocks.
I can't eat no lima beans. Them there's belly busters. But I can eat a little baby limers. They agree with me a little bit.
You know, when I was a boy, we used to say a little rhyme. Beans, beans, the music of fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So have some more of those beans for every meal.
Them big lima beans tell the truth about it. Hey, Black Mary, I got another pair of pants and a shirt that needs washing. I ain't got but a dime.
Well, where's all those dollars you get from selling that dog shit? You was up in here bragging about it the other day.
I give you 15 cents, but I just bought me a new pair of shoes.
Black Mary sets a bowl of lima beans and cornbread in front of Citizen.
If I had 15 cents, I'd give it to you. I try to do the right thing, you know. I always want to be on the right side. But sometimes, I just don't know what side that is. They say God had plans, but the devil had plans also.
And God ain't never wrong.
Say God say different things though. I'll smite my enemy, then he tell you to turn the other cheek. That don't get you nothing but a broke jaw.
You want to be like God. Everything that's for him ain't for you. That's why God threw Lucifer out of the heaven.
That's what I'm saying. Lucifer was God's enemy. God ain't turned the other cheek. He picked Lucifer right on up and threw him on down into hell.
Well, the Bible says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
God didn't do that. He didn't want Lucifer to throw him out of heaven. He wanted Lucifer to bow down and pledge obedience. That's what he would have had Lucifer do. That's what he'd had him do unto him. He wasn't going to bow down and pledge allegiance to Lucifer.
There's a knock on the door. Eli goes to answer it. Caesar Wilkes enters. Caesar is about 52 years old, and he's the local constable and Black Mary's brother.
Now this is a peaceful house.
These niggas done gone crazy. They was over at the mill riding and busting out the goddamn windows, talking about they ain't going to work. They had all kind of chaos and confusion over there. Police had to arrest about 200 people. I ain't never seen nothing like it. One of them bust out the goddamn windows, running around like a pack of wild animals, talking about they ain't gonna go to work. You can't have that. The mill's losing money. That's 3 days in a row they ain't went to work. They after me downtown to put a stop to it. I'll give them one more day. If they don't go to work tomorrow, there's going to be hell to pay.
Black Mary sets a bowl of beans in front of Caesar. Caesar notices Citizen.
I see there's another one coming to get his soul washed. If I didn't know any better, I'd think Aunt Esther was selling moonshine.
Sister Barlow is helping me build a wall out back.
What you building a wall for? You don't need a wall. Somebody want to come in, they just climb over. There ain't nothing but a waste of time. You don't want to worry about an honest man. Now, a thief, he ain't going to let a wall stop him. He's going to climb over and keep climbing over until he find out crime don't pay. That's the way you stop a thief. A wall ain't going to do nothing but make him mad. Hey, where you from?
Alabama.
Now, I don't want to catch you stealing nothing. I catch you stealing something, I'm going to put you in jail. How long you been here?
Just 4 weeks.
Man, get you some shoes. This is the city. You don't need them farming boots up here. Get you some shoes and stay out them saloons. You working? Where you working at?
I'm looking for a job.
Go over to the mill. They got jobs over there. Go over to the mill and tell them I sent you. Either that or go to Philadelphia. They got jobs in Philadelphia. It's too crowded here. Too many niggas breed trouble. Move on to Philadelphia. If you stay around here, you'll stay out of trouble. My name is Caesar. I'm the boss around here. What's your name?
Citizen Barlow.
Are you a troublemaker, Mr. Barlow? You ever been in jail?
I ain't never been in jail.
Well, I tell you, that's where you're headed. You got to have visible means of support around here. If I see you standing around looking to steal something and you ain't got $2 in your pocket, you understand? You going to jail. Get you a steady job and stay out of trouble and stay off of them streets.
I ain't looking to steal nothing.
Now, this is my sister. Black Mary's my sister. And I want you to stay away from her. And I don't want you looking at her wrong.
Leave him alone, Caesar.
I'm just schooling him. Hey, in fact, I like him. I don't want to see him get in any trouble.
My mama told me to stay out of trouble.
Hey, your mama told you right. Now, where you living? You got a place to stay? You got money to pay rent?
I ain't got no place.
Come see me. I'll give you a place to stay, but you got to pay the rent, though. And if you can't pay the rent, you got to move on and let somebody else pay it. You know how to read? You know how to count money?
I know how. I know how to count money.
Here go a quarter. I'm going to see what you do with that. Now, these niggas, they take and throw their money away in saloons, and they get mad when it's gone. Now, I give one fella a quarter, and he turn around and give it to the candy man. I say, he could have did something with that quarter. It wasn't much, but it was 25 cents more than he had. He took and threw it away. He can't see past his nose. He can't see it's all set up for him to do anything he wants. See? So he could have took and bought him a can of shoe polish and got himself a rag. If he could see that far, he'd look up and find $25 in his pocket. $25 buys you an opportunity. You don't need but $5 to get in the crap game. That's 5 opportunities he done throwed away. Now, the candy man, he gonna get himself a bigger wagon and another 5 pounds of sugar. He gonna be digging a ditch the rest of his life. I'm gonna see what you do. You turn that 25 cents into $5 and you come and see me and I'll give you a job.
Citizen shoves the quarter back across the table.
I don't want nobody to give me nothing.
Now I can see you one of them hard-headed niggas. I'm gonna have to bust you upside the head a couple of times. Then you straighten up. You watch yourself, cause you just got on my list. I told you I'm the boss around here. You ask anybody, they'll tell you who Caesar.
Look, best be getting back to work on that wall, Citizen. We got a lot of work to do.
Hey, you keep your eye on him. That's one you got to watch. Ain't nothing missing around here, is it? He liable to steal the coffee pot.
Caesar, why don't you leave him alone?
I ain't said nothing bad about him. I said I like him. He reminds me of myself when I was young. But if I was you, I'd keep my eye on him and I'd feed him in the yard.
He notices Solly's shoes.
Hey, Solly, I see you got a new pair of shoes.
I got a new coat too, but I'm scared to wear it. People might think I'm rich, man, like you.
Hey, I ain't said nothing bad about him. Uh-oh, where am I? Money ain't got nobody's name on it. It's floating out there. Go on and grab you some. Hey, I got me a new coat too. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow.
Well, you wear yours, and I wear mine.
I heard Reverend Tolliver went down to try to talk to the mayor.
Now, what makes him think the mayor gonna see him? The mayor ain't gonna see him. Wanna buy that damn fool, bury him out of the church. I told him. How you gonna do that? How he gonna get a Christian burial? Man killed himself. He's still a bucket of nails. And then go out and run and jump in the river and stay there till he died? How he gonna get a Christian burial?
Well, he said he didn't do it.
Hell, I'd say I didn't do it too if the law was after me. You arrest somebody for loitering, and they'll swear they ain't standing there. That don't mean nothing to me because he said he didn't do it. I had witnesses. 500 people standing around watching a man drown. Now, I tried to break it up, get them to go home, but they want to stand around and watch a damn fool drown himself in the river. I tried to save him, but he ain't had enough sense to save himself. Now, people want to blame me, but I got to keep order. And just like them niggas want to ride over a bucket of nails, talking about they ain't going to work, talking about closing the mill down. Now, they don't understand. The mill is what holds everything together. If you close the mill down, the city would be in chaos. The city needs that tin. They need that tin in Philadelphia. Hey, they need it in Detroit and Cincinnati. Industry is what drives the country. Without industry, wouldn't nobody be working. That tin put people to work doing other things. Now you see, these niggas can't see that. They ought to be glad the mill is there. If it wasn't for the mill, these niggas wouldn't have no way to pay their rent. Close down the mill and wait and see what happened then. I'll tell you what happened. 100 niggas is gonna go to jail for stealing something. That's what's gonna happen. And 100 niggas are gonna go to jail for loitering. And another 100 is gonna go to jail for disturbing the peace after they get mad and start fighting each other. 500 babies is gonna go hungry. You gonna have another 100 new prostitutes on the street. People gonna be living on the streets begging for a dime. And all because some damn fool took it upon himself to steal a bucket of nails and go and run and jump in the goddamn river. You close down the mill, man, you ain't got nothing. Niggas can't see that. And they want to blame me. Now, you know whose fault it is? I'll tell you whose fault it is. It's Abraham Lincoln's fault. That's right, yeah. He ain't had no idea what he was doing. He didn't know like I know. Now, some of these niggas, they was better off in slavery. They don't know how to act otherwise. Now, you try and do something nice for a nigga, and it'll backfire on you every time. You try and get them an opportunity by giving them a job, and they take it and throw it away, talking about they ain't gonna go to work.
Hey, Eli, I gotta go. Tell Aunt Esther I'll see you later.
And I have your laundry ready by Thursday, Solly.
I see you still carrying that stick.
Just a walking stick. Abraham Lincoln carried a walking stick. General Grant carried a walking stick. If you didn't arrest him, go tell General Grant he can't carry his walking stick.
Well now, they got laws against that now. I done told you that. Now this ain't the country. This ain't Alabama. This is Pittsburgh. They got laws against carrying a stick in Pittsburgh. That is a weapon.
The law can go to hell if you telling me I can't carry my walking stick.
Now that must be 5,000 different jobs a man can have. Now you tell me, how somebody come to picking up dog shit off the street?
Look, let me get on back out into this wall.
And look at him. And you got him walking around talking about Caesar's sister does my laundry. How you think that make me look? My sister a washerwoman. Why don't you come back to work for me at the bakery? You sitting up here under Aunt Esther just watching time go by. Aunt Esther ain't got no time. She got both feet in the grave just waiting for somebody to come follow.
You don't know nothing about Aunt Esther. She gave me more than most other people. And I've never been so at peace with myself since I've been here. So I don't want to hear that. You can say whatever you want, but I don't want to hear that.
I told you, I can help you. You're a young woman.
I'm doing just fine, okay? You selling magic bread and overcharging rent and putting people out on the street. I don't want to have no parts of that.
Now listen here, I give good value for my service. I got clean rooms. Now, quite naturally, if you don't pay the rent, somebody else will. Now, I done tried to tell these niggas, this is the city. This ain't the country. I can't wait till the crops come in. It's taking them a while, but they learning. Yeah, I sell magic bread. I got a big sign say, you only have to eat half as much to get twice as full. And I charge 1.5 times for it. You don't understand. I give the people hope when they got nothing else. Now they take that loaf of bread and they make it last twice as long. They wouldn't do that if I didn't have them pay 1.5 times for it. I'm helping the people.
Caesar, I done told you I'm satisfied right here where I'm at. I don't want to be no part of that.
Now, see, I remember when you was part of it. You was selling whole cakes with me. You was running the bakery. Why can't it be like old times? I miss having you work with me. I remember when we was working together, it wasn't Caesar or Black Mary. It was about the Wilkes family.
Well, that was before you killed that boy.
He was a thief. He was stealing. That's about the worst thing you can do, to steal the fruits of somebody else's labor. Go out and work for it. That's what I did. I ain't never stole nothing in my life. That's against the law. Stealing is against the law. Everybody knows that.
It was a loaf of bread, Caesar. He was stealing a loaf of bread.
Now look, I gave him an opportunity to stop. I told him he was under arrest. He started running with a loaf of bread under his arm. I had to shoot him. You can't let nobody get away with something like that. People don't understand. The law is everything. What is it not? People think the law is supposed to serve them, but ain't nobody supposed to be served by the law. You serve it. There ain't nothing above the law. That's what I try and tell these niggas. Everything comes under the law. You got to respect the law, unless you're dead. That's the only way you ain't got to respect the law.
I remember a time when you would have laughed at that boy for stealing a loaf of bread. What happened to that, Caesar?
I took an oath to uphold the law. See, and you try and be like your mother. I don't know why your mother never liked me. She tried to pardon you against me, and you let her.
See, you killing that boy over a loaf of bread ain't got nothing to do with my mother. You always try to hide behind that.
I ain't got to play the hand. I got to play the hand that was dealt to me. Now you look around and you see, you black. You look at the calendar, slavery over. I'm a free man. I get up and go wherever I want to in the morning. I can move all around, pick any woman I want. I can walk down the street to the store, buy anything I want with my money. There ain't nothing I can't have. I'm starting out with nothing. So I got to get a little something, a little place to start. You look and you see the race you got to run is different than somebody else's. Maybe it's got more hills, could be a little longer, but this is what I got. Now what do I do with it? I look around and I see these niggas got to eat and niggas got to sleep. And I say, if I had some bread, I'd be a rich man. I got me some bread. In the Valley of the Blind, the one-eyed man is king. I started selling whole cakes off the back of the truck. I cooked them over coals. I got me some beans, selling them right out the pot. I even put a little pork in them. And then along come the police and they run me off the corner. Say I need a license. It took me a while, but I got me a license. I had to pay 6 or 7 people, but I got me a license. Then the niggas started to say my bowls are too small. I got bigger bowls. Say I didn't put enough pork in the beans. Put in more pork. And got me some chickens. And I charged extra for the big ones. And the people got mad. You know, one man told me the chicken had big feet, but they didn't have big wings. So I seen I was in the wrong business. I said, I'm gonna let the niggas eat on their own, and I'll give them a place to sleep. Only I didn't have no money to buy no property. So I went down to the bank to borrow some money. They tell me I needed some collateral. Say you need something to borrow against. I say, all right, I'll get me some collateral. So I opened me up a gambling joint in the back of the barber shop. Sold whiskey. Then the police come and shut it down. I had to put some bullet holes in a couple of niggas. And the police arrested me. Put me on the county farm. I had to bust a couple of niggas upside the head for trying to steal my food. Couple tried to escape. I caught them. You know why? Because that don't do nothing but make it harder on everybody else. They out there enjoying their freedom, ducking and dodging the law, and everybody on the inside on half ration and got to make up their work. So there was a fella by the name of John Hanson, and he started a riot. Now I seen that wasn't going to be nothing but bad news. So I took him on, 1-to-1, man to man. He busted my eye. That's why I can't see but so good out of that one eye. He busted my eye, but I put down the riot. Hey, they gave me a year, but I only did 6 months. And then here come the mayor. He calls me in and says, I want you to be in charge of the 3rd ward. Told me, you fry the little fish, send me the big fish. So they give me a gun and a badge. I took my gun and badge and went down to the bank, laid it on the counter, told them I want to borrow some money on that. And that was a fella named Harry Bryant. Had a place on Caldwell Street he sold me. Now they ran him out of town. He charged me 3 times what it was worth. Took the money and ran. They tried to kill him for selling to a Negro. So I said, all right, I got me a little start. And then the niggas naturally got mad at me. Said I must think I was a white man because I got a hold of a little something. They've been mad at me ever since. Everybody mad at me. You mad at me.
It ain't about being mad at you, Caesar. You're my brother, and I respect and honor that. And I always have and I always will. But we don't owe each other any more than that.
Now listen, I ain't got but one sister. And I'll try to do right by her. And you push me away. Now family is important. I know the value of family. Blood is thicker than water. It's been that way, always will be. You can't even water it down. Now your mama, she want to turn blood into vinegar. Now when Uncle Jack was dying, she wouldn't even go see him. Said he was fooling the people, being a fake blind man. She was right. But that's her brother. He deserved better than that. You can't sit in judgment over people. That's God's job. God decides who's done right.
No, he ain't no trouble. Eli trying to figure out how he got in the house.
He knocked on the door and I let him in.
Eli said you ain't answered the door in 25 years. See, it looked like somebody knocked some of the paint off coming through the wall and coming through the hall window.
If he knew what he asked for, I told you that's the problem now. People waste their time asking all the wrong questions. The question ain't how he got in. The question is who left the window open. That's the question. Now, I told you don't waste the water. Put them in a pot and wash them off in a pot. Don't leave all them stems on there. You got that fire too high. Damp that fire down. Wake me up if Sally comes back.
Aunt Esther exits into her room. Black Mary chops vegetables at the sink, and Citizen enters with a bucket.
Eli sent me for some water.
There it is over there.
Citizen starts to draw the water.
Hey, you knocked some of the paint off the seal coming through the window.
I couldn't wait till Tuesday. I gotta get my soul washed real bad. You ever had your soul washed?
God's the only one who can wash your soul.
The people sent me to see Aunt Esther. One man said he came to see Aunt Esther, and all his problems went away. Said she can help anybody.
And you gotta help yourself. Aunt Esther can help you if you're willing to help yourself. She ain't got no magic power.
The people say, go see Aunt Esther and get your soul washed.
Well, the people say a lot of things.
I like your hands. Got pretty hands.
I do too much laundry to have pretty hands. They're a woman's hands. That's all you see.
Eli, that's your man?
I ain't got no man.
You're too young a woman not to have a man.
When you a young man, do you have a woman?
I left my woman down in Alabama. just couldn't get along. Say goodbye and tears in our eyes. And, you ever left anybody like that?
I left and been left.
Citizen picks up the bucket and heads towards the door. Then he stops.
Right next to yours. Maybe you want to see me tonight.
What I want to see you about, Mr. Citizen?
I got something for you.
What you got for me?
Woman got needs. I can fill you up.
And what do you know about a woman's needs?
I don't know all about a woman, but I know a woman needs a man.
Citizen moves behind her and puts his arms around her. Black Mary pushes him away and twists her way out of his grasp. She looks at him for a minute, then opens her arms, offering herself to him.
Here, Mr. Citizen. Here.
Citizen embraces her, and Black Mary lays her head on his chest.
So you got a woman in your hands. Now what? What you got? What you gonna do? Time ain't long, Mr. Citizen. A woman ain't but so many times filled up. But what you gonna do? What, you gonna fill me up? Love, happiness, peace? What you got, Mr. Citizen? I've seen it all. You got something new? You fill me up, Mr. Citizen. What you got for me? You got something I ain't seen? Come on. What can I be without you?
Oh, man. I can't change that. You're a woman. A man's gonna have his way with a woman. I got the same as everybody else.
Black Mary returns to chopping vegetables.
Leroy and John and Cujo and Sam and Robert, one after the other, they come and they go. And you can't hold on to none of them. They slip right through your hands. They use you up and you can't hold on to them. They're all the time taking till it's gone. They ain't tried to put nothing to it. They ain't got nothing in their hand. They ain't got nothing to add to it. They're too busy taking. You know why they're taking? Because they need. And you can't really blame them for that. They so full of their own needs that they can't see you. Now here you come. You don't even know what you need. All you see is a woman. You can't see nothing else. You can't think nothing else. That blinds you. All right, Mr. Citizen. I'm going to come to your room tonight. But the morning got to come, Mr. Citizen. And what you got then? You tell me tomorrow. You wake up and you look at your hands and you see what you got.
I got me. That's all there is.
That ain't never been enough.
Citizen picks up the bucket and goes out the door. Black Mary chops vigorously as the lights go down on the scene. Scene 5. The lights come up on Aunt Esther and Black Mary in the parlor. Black Mary is washing Aunt Esther's feet. Aunt Esther is smoking a pipe.
You think you're supposed to know everything? Life is a mystery. Don't you know life is a mystery? I see you still trying to figure it out. It ain't all for you to know. It's all an adventure. That's all life is. But you got to trust that adventure. I'm on an adventure. I've been on one since I was 9 years old. That's how old I was when my mama sent me to live with Miss Tyler. Miss Tyler gave me her name, Esther Tyler. I don't tell nobody what I was called before that. The only one who know that is my mama. I stayed right on there with her until she died. Miss Tyler passed it on to me. If you ever make up your mind, I'm going to pass it on to you. People say it's too much to carry, but I told myself somebody got to carry it. Miss Esther carried it right up till the day she died. I didn't run from it. I picked it up and walked with it. I got a strong memory. I got a long memory. People say you crazy to remember, but I ain't afraid to remember. I try to remember out loud. I keep my memories alive. I feed them. I got got to feed them, otherwise they'd eat me up. I got memories go way back. I'm carrying them for a lot of folk. All the old-timey folks. I'm carrying their memories, and I'm carrying my own. If you don't want it, I got to find somebody else. I'm getting old. Going on 300 years now. That's what Miss Tyler told me. 285 by my count.
Well, I ain't say I didn't want it.
You act like it. Run from it all the time. I told myself Blackberry got to make up her mind. I don't know how much time I got left. Go upstairs and get Mr. Citizen. Tell him I want to see him. You can cut my toenails later.
Blackberry exits up the stairs and Aunt Esther lights her pipe. Citizen enters from the stairs.
Sit on down there, Mr. Citizen. It's been a good day, Mr. Citizen. Has it been a good day for you? Sometimes the days run into one another and you can't tell one from another. I look at you and I see you a man got good taste. My husband was like that. He was a man of good taste. He dead now. I told myself it couldn't be nothing but bad luck. Sometimes it's hard to tell bad luck from good luck. But then again, sometimes it's easy. Sometimes you're lucky and you don't even know it. Is you lucky, Mr. Citizen? Some people carry their luck with them and some people got to find it. Sometimes you find bad luck and good luck in the same place. I was lucky when I met Rupert and unlucky when I lost him. Tell me about the man you killed. Tell me what you've done, Mr. Citizen.
Citizen reaches in his bag and pulls out a fistful of nails.
I stole a bucket of nails. The mill wouldn't pay me, so I stole a bucket of nails. They say Garrett Brown stole it, and he ran and jumped in the river. I told myself to tell him. I did, but every time I started to tell him, something got in the way. Thought he was going to come out that water, but he never did. I looked up, and he had drowned. It's like I got a hole inside me. If I ain't careful, it seems like everything will leak out that hole. What to do, Miss Tyler?
I know a man used to raise pigs, great big old pigs. To him, the pig was the beginning of everything, and it was the end of everything. Wherever he looked, he saw pigs. He saw pigs in the sky, and he saw pigs in the ground. To him, the pig was the center of his life. One day, another man come along and killed all his pigs. He lost everything he had. He lost the center of his life, 'cause it wasn't inside him. It wasn't something nobody could take away. See, Mr. Citizen, right now that bucket of nails is at the center of your life. You only have one life, Mr. Citizen. It's your life. Can't nobody claim it. You ain't never gonna forget that man who jumped in the river. There are times when it will come and take hold of you and shake you. There ain't nothing you can do about that. It's them in-between times that you can do something about. You got to find something else to be in the center of your life. You got to find out why it's so important for Garrett Brown to die rather than to take his 30 days. Do you know why he didn't come out the water, Mr. Citizen? Do you know why he chose to die rather than be branded a thief?
Because he didn't do it.
We know he didn't do it. But why, Mr. Citizen? That's what we're trying to find out. Why he would rather die than to say he was a thief.
Because everybody would know. When they see him, they say, there go that man that stole the bucket of nails.
He didn't care if anybody else knew if he did it or not. He knew. He didn't do it for the people standing around watching. He did it for himself. He said, I'd rather die in truth than to live a lie. That way, he can say that his life is worth more than a bucket of nails. What is your life worth, Mr. Citizen? That's what you got to find out. You got to find a way to live in truth. If you live right, you die right. Like Garrett Brown. Do you know the story of Peter from the Bible? Peter denied Jesus 3 times before the cock crowed. That's what the Bible say. Verily, verily, I say unto you, before the cock crow, you will deny me thrice. They asked Peter, do you know this man? And Peter said, no, I don't know him. Not once, Mr. Citizen, 3 times. He said one time, then he had a chance to think about it before he said it again. Right there, he could have redeemed himself. What do you think, Mr. Citizen? Why did he deny him 3 times? Would you have denied him 3 times?
I don't know, Miss Tyler. I don't know much about the Bible.
The Bible say Peter denied Christ 3 times. I always wondered about that. He had his redemption handed to him on a silver platter, but he didn't take it. I wonder, will you take yours, Mr. Citizen? Black Mary? If the wheel don't turn the right way, you got to fix it. Now, I know a man who went to fix the wheel. It was turning backwards instead of forward. He went to fix it, and time he was through, that wheel didn't turn at all. You got to be careful. Things ain't always what they seem. Mr. Citizen, listen to what I tell you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you about the city of bones. But first I'm going to send you upriver. When you get there, I want you to look around and find 2 pennies lying on the ground. They got to be lying side by side. You can't find one on one street and one on another street. They got to be lying side by side. If you see one laying by itself, just let it lay there. When you find them 2 pennies, I want you to put them in your handkerchief and bring them straight back to me. Where's your coat and hat? Go get your coat and hat. Black Mary, draw the shade and get me a candle. Where's Eli?
He's gone down to the meeting at the church.
The people will come and tell you anything. They got all kinds of problems. They tell you this and they tell you that. You'll come to find out most of the time they looking for love. Love will go a long way towards making you right with yourself. They looking for love and don't know what it is. If you tell them they still don't know, you got to show them how to find it for themselves. Mr. Citizen, I want you, Mr. Citizen, I want you to follow the Monongahela River, clear up the Blawnox. There's a man named Jilson Grant. Ask anybody where you can find him. Jilson Grant. Tell him Aunt Esther sent you. You be careful, Mr. Citizen. Don't forget Jilson Grant. He's going to give you something. Then you take it and put it in your handkerchief with the 2 pennies and bring it straight back to me. Go on now.
Citizen exits. Aunt Esther lights a vigil candle and goes and sets it in the window.
What's the 2 pennies for? Why you gotta find 2 pennies?
That's only to give him something to do. He think there's power in them 2 pennies. He think when he find them, all his troubles will be over. But he need to think that before he can come face to face with himself. Ain't nothing special about them 2 pennies. Only thing special about him is he think they special. He find them 2 pennies, then he think he done something. But he ain't done nothing but find 2 pennies.
The mill's on fire! The mill is burning down!